At just 13, Omar is around 2,000 kilometers from home and completely alone. It took him months to travel from his country, Ethiopia, to Yemen. He followed the usual route for refugees, making it to Bosaso in Somalia with the promise of a better future across the Gulf of Aden.
I didn't know anything about Yemen, but when I reached Bosaso, I saw the people who were traveling to Yemen, and I asked them, "How is Yemen?" And they told me that it is a little better than Somalia, and so I traveled with them.
But after just 2 months in the country, he has had to sleep rough, go hungry, and fend off attackers.
When I came here, I washed cars and collected some money, about 5,000 riyals. But when I was sleeping outside, the Yemeni soldiers came and stole my phone, my 5,000, and they beat me.
5,000 riyals is the equivalent of around $23. Omar is just one of over 63,000 people from Africa to brave the human traffickers and illegal boats to Yemen so far this year. In the past, mostly Somalis came across, but now the vast majority are Ethiopians. And their country is not at war, so they don't get the same refugee status and help as those who are protected by the United Nations. The UNHCR in Yemen says a significant number of individuals report that it has become nearly impossible to find means of subsistence in Ethiopia due to political and economic conditions, a situation that has been compounded by severe droughts in recent years. For those Ethiopian migrants who do not fall under the protection of the Refugee Convention, protection space is nearly non-existent and they are often extremely vulnerable. They have also arrived in a country where the economy largely collapsed during last year's revolution. In this small help centre, some of the people in need have been here for years.
The UN says there's been a 30% rise in refugees landing here in Yemen from Ethiopia and Somalia. But those who arrive here find themselves contending for aid, help and jobs with those that arrived years ago and have been affected by the economic collapse here, saying that there are no jobs for them.
But they still come. Some hope to make it to Saudi Arabia or even relocate to Europe. But for the younger ones like Omar, for now they just hope to keep a roof over their heads for what's left of their childhood. Jane Ferguson, Al Jazeera, Sanaa, Yemen.